Hello, menacing listeners, the menacers out there, each and every one of you. Welcome to the Menacing Podcast. With me, not like last week, we're just swapping out hosts, swapping them out, they're just interchangeable.
Yeah.
We've got the one and only Brent.
Yeah, I just want to point out, though.
What's that? Yes.
You can put anybody's butt in my seat, but no one can fill my spot. Somebody needs to jot that down.
That was actually really good. That was a very clever statement, which makes me...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. You've been reading some books lately?
Yeah,
okay.
I have.
Good for you.
Thanks.
So yes, John is recovering from saying so many words last week that he is not here.
He has a hoarse voice.
He's just a little hoarse. Go on. So yes, we are back for another week, of course. Thank you for tuning in, yada yada, etc., etc. We have been posting on social media a bit more, so please hit us up there on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. We love those follows, and we will interact with you. We're interactive, an interactive podcast. That's what this is. And so just search on Facebook for the Menacing Podcast and on Twitter at Menacing Podcast. And that is a great way to interact and keep the show going, even when there is no episode. We are going to actually go for 2 episodes as we get back to the usual run of things. Just kind of life kind of gets in there and sometimes hinders the ability, but we're going to get back to the usual.
Heck yeah.
Let's kick it off here.
Right.
Brent, welcome back.
Thanks.
What's going on? What do you got? You missed last week?
Yeah.
So what do you bring to the table?
I would touch on some things that were talked about last week, although I can't remember, and nor did I listen, so... Why would I listen? Weird,
because we had some posts on Facebook that seemed to give a different story.
No, it was, you guys really missed the screeching eels. Come on.
So, yes, if you look on our Facebook page, Brent made the comment about, at least it wasn't a shrieking eel.
Yeah, shrieking, sorry.
Referencing the gentleman who had the eel removed from his abdomen, the 12-incher.
Yeah. They're calling it eels nowadays. So, just like the sign, all I could think about when you guys brought that up was the Seinfeld show about the proctologist, and the saying that every man says is, "It was a 1 in a million shot, doc. A 1 in a million." So that's all I could think about that guy saying when he went to. It was a 1 in a million shot, doc.
Yeah, I can imagine him actually saying that to the doctor. And of course, I'd point out that the doctor was like, this is rare.
Yeah, rare.
This should never have happened before to anyone.
Yeah, no.
Which we did have a listener point out that we really shouldn't make fun of the eliosexual crowds out there.
Sure.
So we do apologize. We're not trying to be offensive to anybody. No. John and I were not. The offensive one was not on the podcast at the time.
I guess the real menacer is here.
Yeah, so he has returned to put the menacing back. Well, see, because all of the menace was blocked up in the harbor of Baltimore.
Oh,
and so we just finally got our fresh shipment of menace.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got those cargo containers
cleared out. We got them moving. So we've got him back. Now we're up to our usual 70-30 menacing, non-menacing split. So so Brent no holds bar on what he doesn't mind who he offends.
Yeah,
there's some of us on the podcast who do. We try to take those things seriously. We do apologize to the eliosexual crowd. Who are we to judge what people do in their private lives?
Sure, no judgment here. You know what? If I do say something that offends you, suck it up, Buttercup.
You're not allowed to ask. Actually, it's an interesting fact. If you go to purchase a fish or an eel, they're not allowed to ask you what you're doing with it.
Get one of those glow in the dark ones.
Thanks to Michigan's very strict. Just got the glow in the dark ones. Thanks to Michigan's very stringent equal rights laws out there. So
even more stringent. Anyways.
I think it falls under HIPAA.
Ooh, yeah, sure. How did this happen?
HIPAA. Can't ask me that.
I'm your doctor. Ooh, that's a gray area.
Yeah, what are doctors allowed to ask you about your medical history? Not in our world, buddy.
Doctors aren't even allowed to ask you, like, are you male or female?
Oh boy, you go right. Not even. Well, we're just over the 5-minute mark, and you're
a human. Back. I can't even say, man, you're a person.
5 minutes in, and we already made it to a Brent rant there.
Hey, listen.
Yes.
Listen. Hey, listen.
I'm listening.
That's all I had to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I was listening. I took your advice.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Brent, you also threw some shade.
Oh, yeah.
As the young kids are saying.
Yeah.
You threw some shade our way, John, and my way.
Sure. Was that Frank Sinatra? Are you channeling Frank Sinatra?
I'll do it my way. Okay, so that's so you threw some shade our way about talking about how Hollywood is not very original. However, then we proceeded to talk about reboots.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny. Like,
how is it funny, tough guy? How is it funny?
Because you guys didn't have an original thought.
Ouch. That stung a little bit more than I thought it was going to. Okay.
Just like, look at this reboot. Oh, this is going to be this guy, this actor. Oh. Come on.
Okay, well, that was a pretty good impression. I take issue with it, nonetheless.
Who am I? Oh, yeah, this guy. Oh. I think he's going to be better than this guy. I mean, I like talking about movies, don't get me wrong.
There's a limit, though.
Yeah.
Our audience doesn't actually care that much about movies.
They just got the menacing... Actually, they got the softy touch of rating for what we think or what you guys think is going to be a great reboot and what's not. So,
yeah.
There you go. You're welcome, listeners.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Or hiya.
Or whatever.
Mixing them all together.
Yeah, you are. You're doing fabulous. There you go.
There we go. All right.
God bless you.
Nailed it. So, Brent, I went to my eye doctor today.
Oh, my.
I love the eye doctor.
Yeah?
There's just... They have the coolest contraptions.
Nothing like a little blast of air into your eye, huh?
I know. That's a little... I don't like that one. Well, they you always have to keep your eye open. Well,
yeah.
Sorry, now you're blowing air into it.
Doc, can you please blow gentler? You're not seducing me whatsoever.
Aren't you supposed to be using a little device?
Why don't I hear a clicker? Come on, Doc. Be professional.
I smell garlic and onions. That's got to be very intimidating as an eye doctor. You get very close to people. I mean, you got to be self-conscious about your breath, right?
Yeah, that or dentist. I mean,
dentist, yeah.
They're like right up in here.
And the worst, I mean, everybody, it's funny because we're going off on a tangent here on dentists because everybody's like, I got to brush my teeth before I go to the dentist. Why? They do that for you there. I'm not going to do the job for them because it's their job. They get paid good money to do that job. And yet, suddenly everybody's like, I have to do all their work for it. No, because even if I brush my teeth, they're going to go in there and...
Still make your gums bleed.
Exactly. They're using metal. They tell me not to use metal on my teeth.
Right.
Don't chew on metal.
Yeah.
Don't, be careful with your teeth. And then they're like... You're setting a double standard, Doc.
It was funny because the last time I went to my dentist, I asked them where I could get one of their picks. And they're like, you're not actually supposed to use these on your teeth.
Wait, what? I don't want to point out the obvious, but you're using that on my teeth.
You went to school for this? Wait, what?
Did you go to chiropractic school?
What's going on?
Well, it's funny, too, because I was talking to... we got onto the dentist. We'll go back to the eye doctor here in a moment here. But I just want to say... Because I was like, should people be, like, polishing their teeth? Because they use the polish. They don't use toothbrush.
Right.
or toothpaste, excuse me. They use tooth polish.
Yeah.
And the answer is no. That's only for the dentist to use
Sure.
because of how rough and grainy it is. You don't want to use that all the time. So they do everything to your teeth you're not supposed to do to your teeth.
That's like going to a personal trainer and them stuffing themselves with donuts, and you're like, oh, can I get one? No, it's bad for you.
No, fatty.
Yeah, it's gonna get you fat.
Back out there.
Yeah, but you're eating a donut.
All right, you're planking for another 10 minutes, pal.
Don't backtalk me.
That's the dentistry is apparently, well, let's just say dentistry is a scam. That'll be the name of this episode.
Are you an anti-dentite?
Yes, I'm an anti-dentite. I actually don't mind the dentist. I'm not one of the... A lot of people are scared of the dentist.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Oh my goodness, I had a root canal about a year ago. Best thing ever. I mean, really, I think I should have just pulled the tooth and not even... But, people that are like, oh, root canals. I had one done. Oh my goodness.
You had a root canal done?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Was it drilling the Panama Canal?
Yeah. It was...
A bunch of immigrants in there.
Yeah. It was... Hey, Juan, watch it. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I had a sneeze and I bit down. But... It's sometimes, okay, if you're in the medical profession whatsoever, unless the patient wants to know, you probably shouldn't say stuff. The dentist drilled into my tooth, and then I hear, oh boy. I was like, huh?
Uh-oh.
He goes, that was a lot of pus.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I'm sorry, what's going on in my mouth right now?
What you doing there, Doc?
He goes, yep, it was infected. I was like, yeah, I could have told you that with the month-and-a-half toothache that I had. Like, it got so bad that
Thanks for stating the obvious, Doc.
It got so bad, I asked my wife to go get me pliers. She's like, what are you going to do with those? I'm going to rip out this tooth because it's killing me right now.
Oh, you were at that point?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You were going to interrogate yourself like you were a CIA asset in the hands of Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, and I was going to rip out that pesky tooth.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing my luck, I would miss.
You grabbed the wrong one.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh.
By the time you're done, the bad tooth is the only one left in there.
I can't lie through my tooth, and it still hurts.
Come on, how many more do I have? Yeah, the dentist. I also love when they put that giant lead vest on you, and then they leave the room.
Don't worry, it's not going to hurt you. Why'd you leave?
Please speak to me through the intercom. I'm back behind this lead-lined wall.
I'm protected. You're not.
And then you hear the...
Oh, I blinked. I told that to my dentist. They're like, we're shooting your teeth, not your eyes.
Like you're doing a school photo.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I know how an X-ray works.
They should do a yearbook of just everybody. They should sell them to make a little extra money.
There you go. This is what your tooth did during football season.
Oh, my tooth had a zit.
Oh,
darn it!
Not its good side.
Oh my goodness. So back to the eye doctor.
Yes, let's go to the eye doctor.
We're touching all the doctors.
You just say we're touching all the doctors?
Yeah, they're usually the ones who do that.
Yes, they are.
At least mine is.
Very
thorough. But the eye doctor, I actually like.
Your eye doctor.
I love the eye doctor the best.
Yeah.
Just because they're just the most fun. They have the coolest contraptions.
Okay.
Although when you have to choose which one is better, that gets really harrowing. That can be one of the most one or three. Can you show me one again? This is one. Okay. What was the other one you had?
Stop flipping them so fast, Doc.
Like they're very close, and then you feel pressure to give an answer, and you're like,
"What one is it? A 5."
We're going between 1 and 3, not 5. I don't know. But they have like the steampunk equipment in there that just looks...
What?
Well, it looks like these... It's got all the... you've been to an eye doctor?
I guess.
You guessed?
Well, because...
Do you need glasses?
No,
you really have
it's just... Every time
I think this is the eye doctor. Everything's blurry, though.
Every time I go, I read the chart.
I thought it was weird that they asked me to pull my pants down.
Proctologist. Oh, I thought I said ophthalmologist.
Okay.
But every time I go, I like step up to the chart and I do the chart and they're like, okay. And then they shine the light in my eyes. I'm like, all right. And they're like, yeah, you're good to go. Okay.
Oh, really? You don't even get...
No, I don't get glasses.
Well, no, I'm not saying glasses, but they just shine a light in your eyes. And like,
Oh, yeah.
looks good.
They're like, oh, you're concussed, but you should be all right.
But that's not our job. Yeah. We're just the eye doctor.
Go see a head specialist. I am.
Not in this office, buddy. Get the heck out of here.
Whoa, that's out of my pay range.
Also, you have a $10,000 copay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting.
It's been a while. I mean, but
you don't go yearly?
no, my eyes sparkle like the stars.
Right,
and they glimmer.
Glass shards in it.
It's probably 'cause I got some cataracts going.
You look like you're one of those, shamans from a sci-fi movie whose eyes turn white.
Yes, that's the cataracts. That's why I get to smoke my weed.
Oh, so you're you're on medicine.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're fine.
I can see fine after I get a toke.
Don't even have any gout either.
No,
that's great.
That's fantastic.
Cataracts stay at bay.
Yeah,
and
it's a heck of a drug.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I don't partake myself.
I'm not hallucinating whatsoever.
This isn't actually a real podcast. I don't actually exist. I'm just a friend you made up in your head.
Yes.
On a drug bender. Do they call
benders?
Are they called benders when it comes to
maybe.
drugs?
Maybe.
Isn't a bender with alcohol?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Can you please get your drugs in the right categories?
Well, I'm not as worldly as you are.
Wow. I'm not that worldly. I mean, I might call people names that other people get all upset about. I forgot the names that I used, so that's,
it was D-head.
Oh, yeah, dickhead.
Caused quite a stir.
But okay, so you're at the eye doctor.
Oh, yes.
Your head is in the guillotine.
No, that was a different doctor.
Oh, that was when you were on the row. Okay.
Yes.
So your head's in that little contraption.
Yeah. Oh, and I love those. Well, there's two. There's not. I say one contraption that you got to put your chin on, right? That one's fun. Yeah. That one's quite fun. You got to look, and they shine like bright lights in your eyes. And you're like, I thought we weren't supposed to. It's kind of like the dentist. I didn't think we were supposed to shine bright lights in our eyes.
Yeah.
But here you are.
Yeah.
And then they're like, keep your eyes open. You're shining a light.
Thanks for putting on the high beams, Doc.
Yes.
Thanks.
Exactly.
I'll be tailing you on the way home.
But there's also the giant one that just goes right in front of your face, and that's where they do the click.
Oh, yeah. Where it looks like you're
3. I still don't have any idea what they're asking. Like 2 or 3. What is? What are you doing here?
You're like, all right, yeah.
But they always
left
get
foot red. Am I keeping up, Doc?
They always get it right though. Like all of a sudden they're like, and now it's worse, right? And you're like, yes, it's good. I don't know.
That's good.
What are you measuring right now, Doc?
Yeah, those always look like clown glasses because the contraption that they put up.
Actually, that's going to be my next pair of glasses. Also, is the clown glasses. That's kind of the new style. AOC rocks them.
Yeah, just giant things that.
Yeah, the bigger the frame, that's what the what are they? The Gen Zers.
Oh, sure,
right?
Sure.
That's what the cool kids are getting.
Glasses too big for your face.
You're not wearing the right size, and people don't realize there is actually a correct size of glasses that you shouldn't just be grabbing any one of them.
Yeah,
that's especially if it's for clowns. Don't. That's like going to a car dealership and you're like, this is a clown car. I'll take it. It looks small and compact, but it's not.
I heard that you can
fit.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I heard you can fit at least 7 people in that.
At least, like if you're on a good clown circuit,
right.
Get like 20 to 30 in there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so it's all about the talent pool. But I like I do like all the little contractions. Okay, thank you for coughing.
Just trying to kill myself with my own saliva. I apologize.
Do the job for us. You do have
almost got him.
Mute button on your microphone.
Yeah, I know, and I forgot to hit it.
Click.
Yeah, but
I expect you to remember these things when you're dying.
Yeah. But you know what would happen? I would click the mute, and then you would say something snarky, and I would forget to unclick the mute.
Weird. Has that happened in the past before?
No, never happened in the past.
It just seems like an oddly specific example.
I'm just saying. You know that I'm forgetful.
That is true.
So,
and anyways, all that to say on the eye doctor front, before we shift gears here.
Okay.
My eyes haven't changed. So they're good to go. Didn't have to get new glasses. Didn't have to give those son of a guns at Warby Parker any more money.
That's good. That's good.
No, that's...
Hey, you know what? Sometimes not getting worse is better.
It's true.
Actually, my wife just went to the eye doctor not too long ago. And
good for her.
I know that sounds like a weird segue. This is true. It's not...
Actually,
it's
not a weird segue at all. It's still talking about the eye
yeah,
doctor.
so she went, and she came home, and she goes, the doctors actually said my eyes are getting a little bit better. I'm like, all right. I like this sound. I'm like, what do you...
Hope for your sake they don't get too good.
Yeah. Who are you? I'm your husband. For how long?
Willingly?
I said yes to you? I've made a terrible mistake. Thanks, Doc.
The doctor's just trying to help her out, you know.
I don't blame him.
So her eyes are improving.
Yes, her eyes are improving. So it must be something in the water. I don't know.
That's good for her. I mean, that's impressive. Mine aren't getting worse, at least.
Yeah, so that's good.
He's not sitting there saying they're improving.
Right. That's why I have X-ray vision, because I didn't need glasses, but now I'm like Superman.
You are
next step
working,
is lasers.
You're working at a dentist office as the X-ray machine.
Yes, yeah. I can see there's no cavities.
This is a little bit out of left park.
Yeah.
Left field.
Yeah, there you go.
One of the analogies, mixing up my metaphors.
Out of left park, not to be confused with right park.
Russ's mixed metaphors there. How did Cyclops from the X-Men, how did he get his eyes checked?
Carefully.
Yeah, very carefully.
Yeah, that would... Okay, now wear your sunglasses. Okay.
He went through a lot of optometrists.
Yeah.
What happened to this one? Blew his face off.
Melted the machine.
Opened my eyes.
Melted the machine. Blew his face. That's actually why he has that one visor, is because he opened his eyes at the eye doctor one time.
Yeah.
Machine melted right to his face.
Right to his face. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They were actually a pair of Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
But the way they melted
yeah.
right on. Yep.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That tracks.
And that's why he's always a little upset, is because he's like, is this better or is this better? Blurry, non-blurry.
I get mad about that too. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Oh my goodness. People are now super bored. If you stuck this far with us, congratulations. You deserve a Medal of Honor.
Oh, that's a little hurtful. It's a topic I brought to the table, but of course you wouldn't like that.
No. I absolutely love that.
Well, what do you got, tough guy?
I don't even know how much time I have left, but I do have, I guess...
You have like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
15 minutes? I don't know.
So...
Time?
So
5 minutes?
Okay. Whatever. It's our podcast. We can go, yeah.
Exactly. We're not on a time limit.
There we go. So I was listening to... I like an array of music. Anything from classical to hip-hop. Most things in between. I'm not huge on reggae, but most everything in between.
Okay.
My go-to, though, is hip-hop or rap. I'm sorry. It's more rap.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, hip-hop is more for dancing. Rap is more like in your face.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
a hip, a hop, a hip to the hippie to the hip-hop.
Yeah, there you go.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Yeah, keep showing your whiteness.
Yep.
So
wicka what?
Yeah, there you go. So I was listening to some hip-hop, and I was like, man, yeah. And they're talking about what kind of guns they tote and all this stuff. And I was like, ooh, geez. And I started thinking back to when I was younger and listening to the rap and hip hop. I was like, man, these guys are back when I was younger, I was like, man, these guys are tough. Oh, yeah, I want that type of...
Brent is coughing a moment, so just give him a minute here. He muted himself.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It's always good to do right in the middle of your...
Yeah, I know, but if I kept going, I would have coughed in everybody's ear, and they would have not liked that.
Why stop now?
Well, I heard that Corona can travel through the mic. So
that's true.
But so I'm like, yeah, these guys are tough. Blah blah blah. They're talking about all their baby mamas and all the baby, like, oh, they're stacking stacks and blah. And then I started thinking, I was like, no. They don't take responsibility for anything. I'm like, I'm the real OG. The guys that get married and they stick with their woman and they have kids and they stick around for their kids, like, those are the real OGs. Like these original gangsters.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
These guys that sit up there and they rap about how many kids they got, or whatever, how much poo-tang they're getting on the weekend. That just happened.
Well, I'm gonna hear some more comments.
Hey, I didn't say. I mean, I guess I could use the biology word, but how much they're getting on the weekends and all this stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, but you don't take responsibility for Jack. Like
that one of his kids.
Yeah,
Jack?
it's Jack Jr.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I heard that's. It doesn't matter whose kid it is, but it's just so funny because we look at some of these stars and stuff, athletes or whatever, and they act all tough and hardcore, and it's just like, then you find out, they have 6 kids by 5 different women, and you're just like, are you really like I don't want you as my role model anymore. I don't want to
you don't want that as a role model.
I don't really look up to you anymore. Like, you're just a punk who can do X. You capitalize on it. Great, that's fine.
You make a lot more money than I do.
Yeah, I would love your money. But like, you can't even compete with me and my friends because, like, we're married and we have kids and we're married, or it's just like we stick around. Like, come on now. Even if you pay child support, please. But that was a thought that I had this weekend. This past week. But not only that, I was on the highway.
Well, this is an interesting segue.
Well, yeah, it is. But I'm sharing my thoughts. And I was on the highway and I was leading the pack. Because I was just like, oh my goodness, like, I'm leading. So in order to start a traffic jam, I just tapped my brakes real quick. And I heard on the news that there was a backup for 30 minutes. I was like, man, that was me.
What?
Eat it.
The OG.
Yep, the OG. I create
rappers out of Compton do that.
Yes, I create traffic jams, and not when I walk down the street. Thank you.
Hey, fatty, move it.
That was one of the insults that was thrown at me.
I'm so sorry.
That
was actually me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you recognize the voice.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
you hit it pretty well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did more of a, hey, fatty, move it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that woman is very upset.
Yes, as you should have thought that.
Yeah.
I was disguising my voice. It's a talent.
Yeah.
It's a gift, if you will. So why did you decide to cause a 30-mile traffic jam?
No, 30 minutes.
30-minute. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, apparently not.
Why did you decide to?
It was an intrusive thought that came out.
So the inside thoughts won.
Yep.
Okay.
It finally took over. I was just like, oh, wouldn't this be funny?
Most people drive down the road trying to avoid traffic
jams.
Yeah,
and I created one. I didn't really have anywhere to be, so.
Well, see, that's always a nice luxury.
It was just like, sorry for you, suckers.
Being one of those OG deadbeat dads.
Yeah.
That's you don't got a lot of places to go.
Yeah. Well, OG is married with children. So it's like both.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily you have to have children. It's just you're married with children. Now, some people might be like, well, my marriage didn't work out. Well, you didn't try hard enough.
That is the best thing to tell somebody whose marriage falls apart. It is on you. You're a failure. See, a lot of times we try to coddle people.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's okay. It wasn't you.
It was them.
It was them. But I think you're right. We need more of this in the world where it's like, no, that's on you. It sounds like you're the problem.
Yeah. You or whatever. You guys didn't try hard enough.
It is actually a funny point there because we do, in conversation, we try to go out of our way to when we're talking to people, especially people we know.
Yeah.
We kind of try to make them feel better.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Brent's onto something here. there's all these radio shows out there encouraging their listeners to be kind and pass it on.
Yeah,
pass
sure.
it,
pass
pay
on,
it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward. Absolutely.
We're doing it a little different. We want you to pay it forward, but we want you to tell people that they're stupid and wrong and stupid. That's what... Let's take a little love out of the world.
Yes.
The world is too much love.
SWS.
What the world needs now is not love, sweet love.
But really, isn't telling somebody that they need to work on something actually love?
I guess it depends. Do they actually need to work on something?
I love depends. I'm wearing some right now.
I know. I didn't want to say anything, but you're making a lot of squishing sounds.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It was the monster of the seven seas.
The coughing didn't cover up the sounds of the squishing. But, I think it
was a wet one.
But it depends on if they actually, a lot of times we just criticize people because we think they're doing it wrong.
Sure.
They're not doing it our way.
Sure.
So they're wrong.
Yep. Back to Sinatra.
Back to
our way.
Let's do it our way. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, I know.
It was lovely.
Oh, my goodness.
Just end the podcast on that.
Our ratings just went up.
Yep. If we keep talking, we're going to lose that game. But that's it. That's the challenge to our audience today. Pay it forward, but not in a kind way.
No, just pay it forward in a truthful way. My marriage isn't working out. Because you're not trying.
It's probably you.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Get in there.
She doesn't love you anymore because you're a whiny baby.
Yeah.
Complainer.
She doesn't love you anymore because you stopped trying. He doesn't love you anymore because...
What's going on here? Is this love advice with Brent?
Hey, we haven't done an advice... advice segment.
Give bad advice. You're giving like
good advice.
Trying to be I'm not saying it's good advice, but you're trying to give real advice.
Reasonable advice.
I don't know. Nothing
logical.
With you.
We'll go with logical.
Getting closer.
The advice is
lousy advice.
Oh, okay. The advice is smile, nod, and say it's not you.
Well, there we can go. We can pay it forward ourselves. We won't ask our listeners to do it because we're not afraid to do it ourselves.
No.
Listeners, send us in your questions if you need some advice.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We'll deliver the truth.
Hardcore.
We will make you cry, you pieces of garbage. Oh. Sorry, a little hot there. My apologies.
I like it.
Came out a little hot. Sorry.
I like it.
Got worked up.
Yeah, you did.
Got fired up.
Yeah, you did.
OG.
Yes. I like it.
Does that stand for old geezer?
Yeah, well, no, it stands for original gangster.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between for listening to the podcast today. This has been the Menacing Podcast. Find us on Facebook. Just search for the Menacing Podcast, or on Twitter at Menacing Podcast. Send us your topics, comments, whatever you want. You can send those to menacingpodcast@gmail.com.
Advice.
Send us some advice that you need.
Yeah.
Send us something you need advice on.
There you
we
go.
don't want your advice.
Yeah, we don't
need your
care.
Advice.
I mean, we don't need it. Yeah.
We don't need it. We're living the best life. As
the OG
my eye
life.
doctor said.
Yeah.
Your eyes have not gotten worse.
There you go.
And that implies that everything is perfect.
Exactly.
So send us that menacingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can submit it on Spotify if you're a Spotify listener who graciously hosts us and allows us to do this ridiculous podcast each week. You can find us anywhere podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts.
There you go.
YouTube Music now instead of Google Podcasts. Amazon Podcasts. Everybody's got a podcast site now.
There you go.
Except Stitcher. Stitcher's gone away.
Oh, well, see you, Stitcher.
That's pretty sad.
Hey, how about you rate and review us, too, while you're there?
So, yeah, give us that old 5-star treatment. We will not accept anything less.
I think you can't go lower than 5 stars,
you
really.
Can't. So give us 5 stars. Don't even try to click on the other options. Just click 5 stars and say, these guys are the OG.
There you go.
The OGP, Original Gangster Podcasters.
There we go. I like it.
So thank you for listening. We'll be back a little later with another episode for your listening pleasure. Thank you very much.
Go hug a doctor.